All right, so.
Just kidding. We got Sean in Ogden. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
We're good.
Hit or miss, evidently.
So I've been watching things on YouTube of you guys, and I've seen several times when you've done like things on near-death experiences, right? Mm-hmm. And mine's rather different, so I thought I would share it. Like 2 years ago, I had a stroke. And I had a really scary near-death experience. And some people don't think it actually was near-death because, it's supposed to be white and fluffy and grandma, I need to meet grandma or something. But if that makes sense. But because I was raised Mormon, and I was still Mormon when I had my stroke. So after I was trying to decipher what it meant, right? Like, was that hell or things like that? But that didn't make sense to me. Like I've never liked having to decipher dreams. I've never believed in that crap. Even when I was a theist, but sorry about my speech. I had to relearn to talk also, but
no, you're fine.
But so I was trying to decipher what it meant, but at the same time I had theists telling me, oh, everything happens for a reason. And I was like, oh, well, God didn't do this to me. That doesn't make sense because, Paris Hilton has so much money and I have a stroke. What I've realized that is I've always been a deist. Even when I was Mormon, I was like more of a hands-off God. But once I've learned more about how the brain actually works, and knowing that I had a lot of drugs in my system and all that, I decided, it makes a lot more sense that what I experienced was just a dressed brain instead of, some revelation from God and
yeah, because wouldn't that be a crappy way? I mean, wouldn't that be a crappy way for God to teach somebody something? I tell you what, let's get you when you're at your absolute weakest, when your brain is on drugs and deprived of oxygen, when all sorts of things are going wrong in your body, and this is when we're going to give you the best possible evidence when it is least reliable. I mean, it's just silly. I mean, the idea that people think that a God would do that and could still look at that God as intelligent or caring is kind of bizarre. I mean, that's a prankster.
Yeah, and I couldn't understand that, and all the people telling me everything happens for a reason, made me realize that nothing does. We create our own reasons. So I actually started thinking more skeptically, and I was really big into other things conspiracy theories and things like that. So I started looking at that. So I'm like, okay, that's stupid, and so that actually led me to atheism, and I just wanted to share that.
Cool. Well,
if you have a experience like that, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to look at it like that. You can actually think about what actually happened instead of, what could have happened.
And we're glad you survived that, and it sounds like you're doing much better. So.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks for calling, Sean.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sean.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me. I was kind of half joking, but did you have siblings?
Yes.
Did you ever ride in the backseat of the car with?
All the time.
Yes.
I have two older brothers.
Were you the dick or were they the dicks?
What do you mean?
he's poking me, he's touching me thing?
No, we were well behaved.
Okay,
kids.
so
we didn't have that.
I can imagine kids doing that, and this God who gives people near-death experiences and stuff like that reminds me of the little kid who's sitting there doing it until his parents are looking, and then stops. I'm not doing nothing, I promise. That's what it reminds me of. Right. Or the same thing, the same reason that, all the alien abductions are occurring in
No, Mom, I promise
areas.
I didn't give him proof of my existence. That would take away his free will.
Yeah.
So I definitely didn't do that.
Al in Chicago, thanks for waiting.